And welcome to today's session. In this session, we are going to learn how to construct line graphs using R programming. I'm your instructor Rajesh Durbala, and I'm an assistant professor in business analytics and research methodology. So, in this session, we are going to construct the basic line graphs, and in the forthcoming sessions, we will be using more complex tools in customizing the look, feel, and the visualization in line graphs. So, are you ready? Let's go and see what's in store in today's session. The basic syntax for plotting a line graph is such, just the basic plot, and you have various parameters within the brackets. Let's understand how to build. This is a simple example. Let us say I have a fictitious data set and it describes the patient's response to two drugs at five dosage levels. I have the dosage levels 20, 30, 40, 45, and 60, and response to drug A. I have the various responses to drug A and I have the various responses to drug B. Now let's see how to build the parameters before getting into the R software. Now, how do I do the coding? That is, let us say first I have to create the various vectors. Okay, first I create a vector for dose, the various doses. Okay, and then a vector for drug A. These are the various values. Likewise, drug B. These are the various values. Okay, so right now I'll be building a simple line graph. For that reason, I'll not be using drug B. I'm not comparing. Okay, in the forthcoming sessions, I'll make the comparison as well. But right now, I'll be just constructing a line graph for drug A. Now, how do we do it? Let's see. A simple line graph relating to the dose to response to drug A can be created using the following. Okay, the plot. This is the basic function, and let's see what are the parameters. Okay, the parameter is the dose. Okay, how much of dosage, and then drug A. Okay, I'll be constructing a line only for drug A. And this type B. I'll explain you what this entire code means. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Let's understand what the entire code is. Now, plot. This is the generic function, and in this case, plot x, y, and type b. This is how we write the function. Okay, these are the parameters how we place them within the code. Now, x means the value is placed on the horizontal axis and y it's placed on the vertical axis. Now this option type B, this type B indicates that both points and lines should be plotted. That is to say, I'm not just focusing on the points. The moment I put plot, the plot function can produce me a scatter plot as well. So to avoid that, I have to mention this type B, which means I need both the points as well as the line joining them. So let's go to the R software and see how to build them. This is the basic data. So while creating the vectors, I'll copy the data exactly from here, okay, so that I don't need to type it again. Now this is my R software. I come over here and I just create my data. This is my data. I just copy the parameters so that I can easily create my vectors in R. Okay, now this is a vector for dose. Then I create my vector for drug A. Right now, I don't require drug B, so I will not be creating the vector for drug B. Okay, now I have these two vectors. Let us run them. This is the vector for dose, and this is the vector for drug A. Now that my required vectors are created, I am in a position to write my code to build the line graph. Now the code that I'm going to write is the basic code plot. In brackets, I put in my vectors, that is dose, then comma, drug A, Fine. Next is type equals to B. B stands for both the points as well as the line. I run this, I get my line graph. These are the points, and these points are connected by the lines. Now let us understand the basic structure of this code. Plot the values on the x-axis, the values on the y-axis, and type B. The values on the x-axis, that is the horizontal, that is dose, and rug A on the vertical y-axis. Fine. Now if you require any kind of a help, or you need to know more about the line graphs, you can simply key in the code, that is help, in brackets. You can put in the plot. Okay, now when you put in plot and run, you get all the help, all the files, and all the functions related to the plotting. If I go back to my plot, the same plot can be exported by using this function into various formats of your choice. You can save it as an image, you can save it as a PDF file, you can copy it on a clipboard and paste it in any of the documents or reports that you're preparing. Now this tab is used to remove this current plot only. If I'm not happy with this plot, I can remove this plot using this. Likewise, if I want to clear all the history of my plots, I can use this brush. Fine. So that's it for today, and you can get in touch with me on any of the social media platforms. I am available on LinkedIn, I am there on Facebook, you can find me on Twitter, you can write to me directly at rajeshdurbala@gmail.com. Thank you for today. You have been such a great audience.